Hey everybody, Brandis here, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to speak today about my word of the year. My word of the year is speak. I want to talk about that a little bit, maybe flesh it out a little bit with you, and I would love to share with you also why I do believe it's important that maybe you think or you consider about your word of the year as well. No further ado, we'll just get started. It's kind of scary for me to even be talking about my word of the year because this word of the year for me feels scary. And it normally doesn't feel scary. The words of the year that I pick out normally don't feel as scary, but this year it is speak. I felt led to this word probably, again, that magical time in between Christmas and New Year's, maybe even a little bit before. I feel like I do that, I don't know, the Lord or through the Holy Spirit just like sends me what I should be focusing on for the next year. I get little tidbits and then I'll write it down on paper. I try to keep it. I do a New Year map as well, like a New Year mindset that I will go ahead and link below as well. I do that during that time for 2025. I still don't think it's too late. It's not too late to find your word of the year. It's not too late to do the New Year mindset. I think that if I were to look back, I've always liked to speak. I've always, I remember being little and I would sing all the time, and I was a teacher and I would speak, and I've had this YouTube channel and I would speak. And it's ironic and weird, I guess, that this year I am, going back to that, because deep down within myself, I don't feel like I speak. I don't feel like I speak enough. I don't feel like I share my heart, or I really get in touch with my heart and share it, I guess, in the public platform as much. I've gotten better at really sharing myself, I think, with my family and my children and my husband. But when it comes to, I guess, the public arena, it's a hard place for me. So anything that I'm saying right now really is coming from my heart, and I'm trying to go to that place. And I think the reason why Speak is resonating with me so much this year is because I truly need to practice really being vulnerable and really speaking from my heart. I think if I want to be true to myself in the way that I want to be true to myself, I'm a life coach. I've always wanted to make an impact, or I've always wanted to share some of my stories in hopes that they will at least help one person, that God can work through me and I can be vulnerable enough to get messages across. And so I think I'm at the very, very start of really learning how to do that and how to speak from my heart. I guess right now I'd like to focus on, how do I want to use it? How do I want to use this word speak? And first and foremost, I want to speak more on YouTube. I think I want to be more candid, and I want to be more vulnerable about maybe different topics in my life, and kind of have this cozy atmosphere, very intimate atmosphere of being able to do that with anyone who is willing to listen, or whoever is wanting to learn from me. I'll touch on this briefly, and I don't know when I'm ever going to be ready to fully talk about things. But, my brother, for those of you that don't know, my brother passed away on October 12th, 2023. Again, feels like yesterday, but it's already been, about a year and a half or so. That definitely shattered me into a million pieces. I definitely lost my voice again. And that's okay, because I'm feeling God completely work with me. I'm in that molding phase again. That's what happens, right? When we get completely shattered and when we're broken down, then we can't help but be put back, right? Piece by piece. I'm definitely going through that, and I'm, as hard as it's all been, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the journey that I've been on since my brother's death, and I'd love to talk about that, and that might be a topic that I talk about If I am to talk about it at all, it'll probably be about death in general and grief. I don't know at what point I could ever even truly open up or truly share about him, because it's too hard right now. I know that his death is definitely a catalyst to want to speak again and to want to be more comfortable in my skin and vulnerability, and just be who I am and not feel like I'm talking to an audience necessarily, but truly just getting in contact with my heart. So I think that's going to be a goal of mine. Obviously, I'm doing little speaking engagements too on the outside, right outside of my home. That has come together. Like, I was able to do a podcast, and I'll put that down below, with my good coach friend Misty from Mom to Mom Mentoring. I was able to speak at a mom's group, and I will do it again sometime this year. And I think I'm open to God to figure out, well, what are some other things that you have for me as far as speaking is concerned? And I will just be open to that. I'm happy that this word's guiding me, and I encourage you for you to tap in to a possible word for yourself. Again, in the mindset packet that I have attached down below, it'll give you some guidance, and maybe if you do that packet, you'll have a better idea as to what you'll want to guide you. Just encouraging anyone that also maybe wants their word to be speak, I'm encouraging you to do so in any area of your life that you feel is best for you. Again, even me getting more confident in being vulnerable and speaking from my heart, it starts really with self. Then it can go into your family and your close relationships, and then it can maybe go outward to the public more. Therefore, if that word speak is for you, maybe identify. Is that for your own self? Do you need to learn to speak to your own self with honesty and vulnerability and be connected to your heart? Do you need to do that more with your family, your children, your husband, your friends, your relationships? Or are you ready to take that vulnerability and actually bring it to some type of a platform and allow God to really work through you in that way, in more of that public arena? So my question to you, what is your word of the year? If you do have a word of the year, I would love for you to share it with me. If you don't, I would love for you to consider it and kind of see what you can land on, and maybe come back and let me know what word you are going to be working with this year. Dare to follow it, dare to go with it, and see where it takes you. And we'll see where Speak takes me in 2025. I hope you are having a wonderful day. It is snowy out here, and I'm just loving to be cozy in my home right now. But I will see you in my next video. And love you very much. God bless you.